Okay everyone, so today here we have a new project. So this is something I started, I think it was around a year ago. So it is a DIY vapor blasting system or cabinet. So as I say, I started this around a year ago and I've only recently started to look at it again. So this cabinet is going to be made out of stainless steel. So no mild steel whatsoever. So it won't require painting or any powder coating. It will just be the stainless steel finish. Okay. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to start assembling it, some of the components that I designed back then. So this is a part, this is a part, this is a part, and this is a part. Some of the other parts are suppressed, so I'm going to try and get my head around this again. But as I say, I started this a year ago, and what I'm going to do here now is continue on with it. And hopefully start building it within the next couple of weeks. So what do we see here now? If I can, the roof is suppressed. So there we have the roof now. So this is another part. So I plan to fold all these parts. So I'll open this part up. I plan to fold all these parts into this shape or this form. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld it all together with a TIG welder. Okay. So we'll close this part for the meantime and open the assembly. So here we have the assembly now, bringing these parts together. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the moment. So the next part, or next parts that I'm going to unsuppress is the legs. So I'm going to turn that phone off. Okay, so this is one of the legs. So the legs I plan to form them out of stainless also, and the legs will be welded directly to this upper part of the vapor blasting cabinet. So now moving on to the other legs. So that's the two back legs unsuppressed. Now moving on to the front. Oh, okay, so that's okay. So it should come together, there we go. So what I'm going to do for the meantime is I'm going to suppress this platform. So the idea is here to have a stainless enclosure. This part here being stainless and a bed at this point. So the way I have designed this is I've designed it to have no reservoir or no sump for the actual Aqua blaster or the vapor blaster. So anything that comes up from the sump in here at this point will fall down again, obviously with gravity. So it's not finished yet. So as you can see there, see the folds. I still need to adjust each one of these panels. This left panel, this right panel, because these panels, these sides are one piece. So I plan to fold it like so. What do I get the front here? So that is the right hand side panel. And the idea is to fold it here, and then I'm going to trim it to bring it into that shape. Let me see if I can open the assembly again. So keeping it all one piece and doing away with any tank or any reservoir. So I don't need to put a tub down below the vapor blaster here. So it's much like a sandblasting cabinet, only it's water and glass beads, vapor blasting or aqua blasting. So we have the top here, we have the left side panel, we have the right panel, we have the back panel, we have the 4 legs. So I'm just going to open one of these legs. So each one of the legs, obviously 4 of them, one for each corner, will be tapered down like this to a sort of, not a point, but just a small taper because it looks better. It doesn't need that same size the whole way down, 250mm. So when I cut this, I will be cutting it to this shape. I'll try and flatten it here. If I go to here, there we go. So that will be the shape that I cut the leg part to. So this will be made out of, well, fabricated out of stainless, but I only have 4mm sheet, but I require 3mm for this, or even 2. Well, 2 is a wee bit too thin, so I might have to use the 4mm for this. So the legs need to be strong because I will be placing engines in the vapor blaster cabinet. It also needs to be, when I open the assembly again, if it lets me open it, there we go. So the vapor blasting cabinet, see this opening here? Rather than having one window opening at this point, I've decided to keep the whole front face opened so I can get an engine in, okay? Or an engine block, or even car heads. Car heads would be very small in there because this unit is 2 meters tall. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open the bed, the frame, the platform that will hold the items to be blasted. So here we have this perforated mesh panel that I plan. Let me see if I've got folds in this. I'm going to open it. So the mesh that I've got is not round holes, it's oval holes. So I think it'll be better than that. But I plan to fold it at this point, and I'm also going to place a couple of braces in below it there for strength. Obviously because there's going to be heavy items sitting on it. Okay, so moving on now to the next item, which is the revolving disc. So this is all my design. It's going to be all made out of stainless, and it's going to be made very soon because I require this project for other projects on my channel, such as the project cars, and I don't want to be sandblasting any parts. I want to be using the vapor blaster. So this is the idea. This is the reason I started designing this 3D model of the vapor blaster here. So the door that I will be attaching to this 3D model and to the real life project will be hinged at this point. And it won't be one panel, it will be 2 panels. And the idea is, so when I lift the lower panel up this way, there'll be 2 glass rams, okay? And there will be a viewing window at this point, this upper half of the door. The door will also be hinged at this point, so it doesn't just go up in one big piece. So it doesn't come out and hit the user here because it will be quite deep. So it'll be hinged at this point. It'll be hinged to the actual system here, this highlighted point, and the door will be hinged in 2 halves here at this fold. Okay, so there will also be an LED light up in here. So the reason I've decided to use stainless steel here is because your typical vapor blaster or sandblasting cabinet has a powder coated finish or even a painted finish, and the reason that's I don't want that because they all tend to rust on the inside, and me being me, I don't like rust, and I love stainless, so I just decided to go overboard again, like all my projects, and build a nice stainless vapor blaster. So these sidewalls, this point will be 1.5mm. This panel will also be 1.5mm. This panel being the same. The roof, it will also be 1.5. The legs will be 3mm. Well, I prefer them to be 3mm, but I don't have 3mm stainless, so I have to use 4mm. Okay. So again, when the door is open, the door is raised. The idea is to place an engine or a part in this way on top of this turntable. So this turntable will be activated with a foot switch, and basically I can spin the item without turning it with my hands using the 2 rubber gloves. The 2 access holes that will be at the bottom of the door at this point. Okay, so rather than placing my left hand on here, my right hand on here through the door using the 2 heavy duty rubber gloves, I'm going to have a foot switch and a motor to turn the engine block or whatever items in there to be blasted. So this platform, I'm not sure, I might leave this so that I can lift this part in and out, this motor, so I might sink a hole in this top bed or this platform. So this fixed platform, the larger one, I might leave it so that I can lift the motorized unit out. So as I say, the perforated round holes is not the panel that I will be using. I'm going to continue on this model tonight, and I will start designing the door. The Aqua blaster itself will be 2 meters in height, roughly 900 this way, 900 depth, well, and a meter this way, meter width. So that's it. This part here at the bottom, I have to still work out what angle. These all need trimmed off, and I will do that when I might do that tonight, you know, and forget about the door for the meantime. But this part here, where you can see this bed where you will do the work on the items, this will be closed off, and in here we will have a slurry pump, and the pump will pump the slurry up to the handheld device, where it will be there will be a trigger, and the slurry will be obviously objected out towards the item. So a foot switch will turn the motorized platform, where car heads, anything like that. The only engine that will be on this cabinet will be Honda. There won't be anything else done on it but Honda engines or Honda heads, because that's all I'm into. So the finish of the actual Aqua blaster itself, or Vapour blaster, will be a brush finish. I'm not going to sit and polish it up to a mirror like I do with all my other projects. This will be a brushed finish here. The legs will also be a brush finish running downhill. This will be also a brush finish running downhill. And the same goes for this backing panel. So this panel is directly the same panel as this. So this is not welded here. It's folded there and folded there to create this reservoir, this dam, this sump that will contain the slurry pump. So if I want to, let's say the slurry pump breaks down, or the motor, either one of them, all I would need to do here is raise this platform in here and set it up against the back wall and lift the pump out. So that pump still has to be sourced, but in the meantime I've sourced all the stainless steel, and I will start forming this in 2 weeks time on the channel. I will cover quite a number of live streams alongside all my other unique projects. So yeah, that's really it. So this color here is set. This finish and the model is not set yet, but it will be sort of looking like this to reflect stainless steel. Okay, so that's it, everyone. I think I've discussed everything here, but I'm just going to check through everything and make sure I have. So hopefully I haven't missed anything, but the legs will be molded to fit the top part of the cabinet. The cabinet will be 2 meters tall, 1 meter wide, 900 depth. The stainless steel, the thickness of the stainless will be 1.2, 1.5 and 3 mil. Or sorry, 4 mil now, because I don't have any 3. The door will have a viewpoint here. Quite large. So it'll be roughly, say, 800 wide by maybe 400 deep. So it's quite large. So I'll be able to see a lot, you know. And that window will be obviously transparent. Or crystal clear even. So I can see what I'm doing. I might lower this point down a wee bit more. But I don't want to take away the depth, this height. I want to keep it large for big items like engine blocks. So that's it. So I thought I would just come on and do a little live stream of this 3D model of my DIY Vapour blaster. So as I said at the start of this live stream, I started designing this model around a year ago, and I haven't looked at it since because I've been so busy. I've been doing the PhD, I've been doing other projects on my channel. So back then I purchased all the stainless. I was looking into the slurry pump, seeing what I could source. So rather than run the pipes from the slurry pump up on the inside here, I will have a small channel instead on the outside. Okay, and this channel will come up and it will basically enter around this point. So here we have the dam, the reservoir, which will hold the slurry. So there's no external reservoir on the outside. Everything is contained on the inside using the stainless steel sheets. So I've tapered this to allow the slurry to run down. This angle might need to be increased, so I'll do that right now just to demonstrate that. So what do we see here? To decrease that, when I get a look at the model again, if I go back to it, I'm going to close that first. I want to look at this first. So I want to make that angle a wee bit shallower. So why do I have it such like that? So no, I mightn't touch it actually. I think I had it like that for a reason, because if you look here you can see how this looks equal to this back side. So see the way if I square this up. So if I square this up, see the way this funnel, this tapered shape runs down at the same angle as this side, this front face. So I'm not going to touch it. So I think the idea was to keep the slurry pump to the back of the Vapour blaster, so you have more leg room here and stuff. So when you're standing in close to it, your knees aren't hitting the actual butt that's running down for the reservoir. Okay, so I've discussed everything there. The only thing I need to do now, tonight, is continue on. Well, I have lots to do. I have to finish off all this reservoir part. I have to trim all this. I have to... So at the minute, I have worked out a height for a slurry pump to sit in there. So obviously it's not going to come up to this height, but it will come up to maybe this fold, or maybe 100 mil below it. I haven't really made my mind up yet what slurry pump I'm going to use. But it looks, this cabinet looks much like your usual typical sandblasting cabinets that you purchase, only obviously this is going to be of a much higher quality. Stainless steel, it being made out of stainless steel. And yeah, at a higher standard of course. So here we have the roofing panel, which will contain another little channel which will hold the LED lights. Again, for anybody that jumped on there. We have a turntable to turn the engine blocks, engine parts, which will be controlled with a small motor, and a foot pedal. So that's it, everyone. I'm not going to talk on anymore. Just a wee 3D model. Well, it's real life size. So anything that I need to extract from this, like say this turntable, if I want a template, what I would do here is open the part, and so there's a shaft. So that's just to make that plate center of the vapor blaster. Okay, so at the minute there's obviously no motor in there, but when I do put a motor in there, and I need to make sure that it's sealed. If it's a direct current motor or an AC motor, I might use something like like a window screen wiper motor or something. It might be too light, but I will get something sorted. But I will need to make it rated so that water can lie on it if it's enclosed inside like a capsule or something. So I'm going to look down on this piece here. This is actually an assembly within an assembly, so I'll have to open this part. No, it's not actually, sorry. So if I want to extract this now, what I would do is save it as a DXF file. I'm not going to do that because there's no point. So that needs to be laser cut. I'm not going to sit and drill all those holes. And that plate needs to be quite heavy because there will be an engine block sitting on top of it. Okay. So maybe say 5mm plate. I have 4mm plate there, which will do for that too. That shaft in there will be TIG welded directly onto the turntable. There will be another pocket in which this station can be lifted in and out of. So say if I wanted to take the motor out, I would just lift it out. If it's not required, and I could attach it by, I don't really want to be putting any wee latch holes here or anything to get access, but let's say I lifted the sheet up, I could just flick a pin in to hold this down or something. I haven't made my mind up yet, but the legs will be formed one piece, folded 90 degrees. So there's a view looking down on it. I don't understand why I've got that to one side, but there must be a reason behind it. No, I adjusted that before the video, so it will come back. No, I don't know if I have or not, but maybe, I don't know. But I can fix it tonight. So that's it, everyone. I'm going to finish this live stream. I don't know enough talking about it there. I think it's running on, must be a half an hour. So this is my 3D model of my vapor blaster made out of stainless steel, which will be made out of stainless steel. So thank you for watching, everyone, and I think I've covered a lot there. This project will follow on live streams very shortly to my channel alongside all my other unique projects. So thank you for watching and goodbye.